Hey guys, what's up? It's Camray and you're watching Camray Music TV, and I'm back with another Real Housewives of Atlanta review for the week season 11 episode number 12. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel, follow me, share the video, comment down below as we move through this review, and let's get into it. So you guys know Kandi was talking about her sex dungeon thing, all the shade with all of that, and she's flipping the shade into getting paid. You guys know that she's gonna do like the burlesque type thing. So she's doing a photo shoot with, I think I saw Delicious there, I saw Todd there, and I was like, okay, Kandi trying to do a little something. So Eva's coming down to visit. Not really sure what Eva has on, but that's besides the point. Eva's a beautiful girl, but she comes on down, okay, and they're talking. Somehow, of course, they get on the subject of Porsha. Prior to that though, you know, they're talking about how Kandi, you know, employs over 100 people, and that's a really good thing, you know, with this unemployment rate and just being somebody that can create businesses and then employ people, you know, maybe if they have circumstances where they can't be employed because of records or whatever. So Kandi being able to do that is a really big deal, and big ups to her for doing that. Nonetheless, we get on the subject of Porsha yet again. This is Porsha's season. I'm just gonna say this is her season. So Eva feels like, let's see y'all. Eva feels like Porsha was wrong for calling her out about shade because she don't feel like she's shady. So in this moment, you know, I noticed that Kandi is good for still keeping it real, even if she doesn't particularly like the person. So I was waiting on her to be like, well, Eva, you are shady. So what she did was she kind of softened the blow. She said, you know, you have a tendency of saying things one way in front of certain people and then changing that energy and reformatting the tone and the way that you say something in another person's face. Now that to me is shade, and that to me is also kind of being fake or flimsy, going back and forth. But Eva don't see it that way. And so, you know, Kandi's just trying to get her to see that, you know, in this group of women, you can't do that because then you create tension between the different women, and it's best to just choose the way that you're gonna be and be that way consistently no matter what clique you're in. Y'all, I think that Eva, she's used to being in cliques like this because she was on a competition show to be a model, to be America's Next Top Model. So this is not unfamiliar to her, and as a matter of fact, it was much harder because the people that she was with was like younger and they were like clawing at each other to get to the top. So she should understand shade even before we were calling it shade. So that's why I don't really have no sympathy for Eva when it comes to her not feeling like she's being shady, because there's no way that you don't know. Like, come on. You're not dumb. You're not dumb. One thing I noticed about Don Juan, you know, Don Juan's kind of hanging around them. He has little comments to say about the group, and I'm just like, you know, Don Juan, you're not on the show. But this is a part of the problem. You know, Kandi kind of lets her people just say whatever, do whatever when it comes to referencing people on the cast, and so they feel like they have grounds and like they're able to speak about stuff. So I just, you know, that was just something small that bothered me. But anyway, we move on to Porsha and Nene. Nene is coming over to Porsha's place. Y'all, Porsha says she's tired. She's wrapping up her first trimester. You know, she still got on yesterday's makeup, and you know, they're eating chips or whatever, they're catching up. She'd already bought the baby carriage. And so something about seeing Nene and Porsha together, it just like really warms my heart, makes me feel like I actually know them. They just be laughing, genuinely laughing, enjoying each other's company, dapping each other up. But Porsha starts to do a Kandi impersonation because Nene asks her, you know, what are you guys gonna do on this trip? You know, she feels like it's gonna be okay because they have an understanding. And people, when you're a grown-up, you can be okay around people that you don't particularly mess with like that because you're a grown-up and that you're completely unbothered. And Porsha gives that a lot, actually. She's able to walk in a room and, you know, participate and coexist with all types of people that she don't necessarily fool with like that. Kandi, on the other hand, is the one that you know, she feel like it's being fake. And I think we all need to learn a lesson that there's a way to be cordial and, you know, a way, but maybe Kandi feels like she overdoes it and it's fake. I don't know, but I like how Porsha can walk into a room and it don't matter who she got a problem with, she's gonna speak. That to me is Southern. That to me is etiquette. Anyway, so they're sitting down talking, you know, basically they're gonna be good for the trip. So everybody's pulling up to the airport. And one thing I noticed is when Tanya's name came up on the screen, I think it said Eva's friend. not Nene's friend on there. So did y'all notice the switch? Because she was introduced as Nene's friend, And I'm just wondering, like Rox is saying, you know, she done made a lot of mistakes that might have cost her her peach. Now, I think she's a perfect candidate to be the next, you know, Real Housewife. But there's a lot of stuff unfolding between these two, especially in this episode, between Tanya and Nene. And we're going to see, okay? So everybody's showing up. You know, everyone looks good. Everybody's speaking. Everybody's, you know, moving towards the plane. We get their little cute videos. You know, I think they be using, like, the flip camera. We get their cute videos while they're on the plane. And Marlo's luggage, when they land, they done lost all Marlo's luggage. Now, I said this has got to be karma. It's got to be karma because she talked about Shamari like a dog. And she was trying to give her her clothes. And Shamari probably secretly arranged for Marlo's stuff to get snitched and snatched on up. Because Marlo's everything was gone. Everything was gone. I mean, she probably had wigs packed. She probably, I mean, oh, I don't know. And Marlo was just too calm for me. When she got on that bus and they was asking her, you know, was it a wig or how was it in there? And oh, your head must have tension. They was picking at her and pulling her. I would have been so annoyed. Like, y'all know my bags are missing. We just had this 10+ hour flight. I'm tired. And I'm on a show where I'm known for being on all the time, fashionably wise. So don't talk to me. Don't breathe in my direction. Just give me a minute. Just give me a drink in a minute. A drink in a minute. A drink in a minute. The way they was hovering over her, I know she was mad. She handled it pretty well, though. She had the patience of Job. Because there's no way. There's no way. So we are moving to the, we're moving to the hotel. And, you know, they're talking on the bus. And Porsha's sharing about her tattoo, and you know, this is when Kandi feel like, you know, everybody thinks that she's so dumb. This is in the confessional, of course, not to Porsha's face. But she says, you know, Porsha's smart for not getting Dennis's name. And I'm thinking, you know, Kandi, you the only one thought she was dumb. We don't think she's dumb. She has come a long way from the Underground Railroad comment, and you know, she's trying to better herself. I just don't understand how you cannot like Porsha. Okay, so we pull up to the hotel, and you guys know in Asian cultures, the Japanese culture, they like, you know, they present you with tea. I forgot where I was at. I was somewhere. Oh, I don't even think it was Japanese. It might have been Vietnamese. But I was getting some food somewhere, and they asked me, would you like some tea? You know, that's very common in Asian culture. So they're presented with some tea. They move to this back room with this long table decorated nicely, and they're about to get ready to eat. So they bring the menus out, and you know, Kandi is hangry at this point. And you know, I be the same way. I be the same. When I'm hungry, do not play with me. But that's why, because I know I'm like that, I try to keep little snacks. I try to keep little nuts, granola, some gum, a bottle of water, something, because I notice a lot of people don't eat like me. You know, I got to be, because I'll get a headache, my stomach will start hurting, I'll have like hunger pain, something going on, like, so I could feel where Kandi was coming from, but she was giving me Mama Joy sitting there. You know, she's looking at the menu, she's like, tartar, and y'all know the Japanese, like, they eat very light. America's like the only country that is like so greedy with the food. Okay, so all the dishes, they're not looking very filling, you know, and Kandi looks concerned. Somehow they moved through it. She must have found something to order. But the models, like Cynthia, who's probably been overseas a lot, she was excited about it. Tanya, I don't know if she's half Japanese or if she just is really enthralled with Japanese culture. She seemed okay with it. Eva, you know, she's been around and stuff, even got detained or arrested in Japan before. And so, you know, a lot of people don't have a problem with it. Other people just looking like, child, what is we gonna eat? So, you know, Eva's, you know, announcing everyone and, you know, letting everyone know, you know, we're here and, you know, we just want to make sure that we talk. And this is like, I want to apologize. This is supposed to be my redo for my bachelorette party, blah, 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 blah. Okay. This part where I was like, okay, Eva. Okay, Eva girl. Okay, she wants to tell Porsha that she want to get something off her chest with her. You know, she felt like she was stunting on her because she brought up the fact that she was being shady and she's not a shady person. And Porsha looked shocked. Okay, we all was shocked because it's like, why would you call out Porsha when everyone was in agreement? So it's like a common thing. Everybody felt you was shady. everybody felt she was shady. Cynthia felt she was shady. Marlo felt she was shady. Shamari was probably just eating, but everybody felt you was shady. And it's not to say that shade is a bad thing. I already harped on this enough on the last review, but I just feel like, Eva, like Kandi was saying, own your stuff. If you're gonna be shady, be shady. If you're not gonna be shady, don't be shady. But when the shade is clear, like, it's hard to deny that, okay? So she's going back and forth with Porsha, and Portia's like, first of all, okay, I'm loving light too. It's not that serious, All I said was you was shady, and, you were being shady. So then she gives her points. You was being nice to Shamia, but you talked about her before that like a dog. And then Cynthia agrees, like, yeah, you made her a whole plate. Well, I was just being nice. No, you did a little more than being nice. So then, Marlo shares how she talked about her like a cat, honey. And so it's just like, Eva, she still was just like, does anybody else have anything to say, and kind of laughed it off. Like, no, boo, own your stuff. Like, at the reunion, it's going to be hard for you because them flashbacks are killer. They're going to bring back the flashbacks, and you're going to realize that you've been as shady as a palm tree, boo-boo. And it's okay, because palm trees are at the beach, and we like those. Eva used this comment called character assassination, and I said, boo-boo, assassination is when you kill something, okay? To kill of the character. Anybody killed your character because you displayed your character well enough for everyone to see. Now, when you was on America's Next Top Model, everyone loved it. Everybody loved Eva the Diva. They loved how she could dish it out and she could take it and all that. So now that you're on Real Housewives in the big leagues, now we're up, and now you up in the big leagues, honey. You got to be able to own your stuff. You dish it out, and you can take it, and you own the fact that you dish it out. Come on, Eva, it's okay, girl. Tanya introduces a looks like their tour guide who's gonna be, with them for the entire trip. I'm thinking it's gonna be like some exotic surprise, or but the Japanese culture was seemingly very like reserved. And I was like, this might not have been the right place for these ladies to go, because they're a very hype bunch, bold bunch, loud bunch. And even the tour guide was like understated, and Tanya was kind of making it more of an educational thing, I kind of feel like. And the other ladies were just like, we're not going to be disrespectful like they thought, but I don't know, y'all. So Porsha steps out. She asks Nene, can she speak with her? And, the ladies are kind of looking like, what is going on? But Porsha lets Nene know, I asked the waitress how to say I'm pregnant in Japanese. Ning Shing. How do you say it? How do you say it? Ning Shing Chu. Ning Shing Chu. I don't want to say, I could be cussing somebody out right now. But anyway, so Porsha has this good idea that Nene's going to ring the gong. She's going to come out. She's going to release her belt and be like, I's pregnant. Okay, so they do that, and it goes well. She gets the ladies to repeat it, and she says it. And as soon as she took that belt off, I said, Porsha, wow. She was holding that belly in. Now, any friend, if any of those ladies were like real friends, they probably would have said to her by now, like, Porsha, you okay? You gaining a little weight, But they hadn't said nothing to her, so maybe they secretly knew. But everybody was genuinely happy for her. Kandi gave her a hug. She said that she was happy that she was going to be a mother, and that was a good thing to me. As much as Kandi holds grudges, and we've seen her when she's going back and forth with someone, it gets bad. It was good to see her, be able to congratulate her and genuinely be happy for her. So the ladies gonna move it to the upstairs, because I know they tired. Eva want to let them know that all the rooms are the same, so we ain't even got to deal with the drama. Don't start acting crazy, okay? But before that, the tour guide is saying, everybody meet at 11 a.m. We don't want nobody late. In the Japanese culture, it is very rude to be late. We take our customs and courtesy. We take all that very seriously. Here come Nene. This group is very notorious for being late. Then we get all the flashbacks of the time she was putting people out her party, and the time that they was about to go on trips and people was late. Why was Nene the one late? Somebody tell me why. Nene was the one preaching about being late, and then turned around and was the one late. I'm just thinking 2 + 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. But 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay? I don't understand how you was the one preaching and harping on these ladies being late, but then you was late. That's why I I would have hopped on a good YouTube. Okay, even if I've always had people, I've always paid people to do my wigs and do everything, I would have hopped on a quick YouTube to learn, because, and then made sure that I was not the one to be late, especially because I was the one preaching and sneering and looking like, these ladies gonna be late, right? Because we get to the next morning and it seemed like everybody got the memo. Even though Kandi showed up about 10:52, everybody got the memo. We got Cynthia there on time. Porsha, the pregnant Porsha there on time. Pregnant Porsha was punctual. We got Eva and Tanya. Of course, they were on time down there and enough time to go. Let me see. Who else? Who else was on time? Kandi, Cynthia on time. Shamari was the latest one. I don't know what Shamari was doing. I don't know if she overslept, she was hungover. I don't know what Shamari was going through, especially because she came with her hair wrapped up. So it's like, what was taking so long? Marlo, honestly, to me, Marlo should have been the only one late because she did not have. So she got to prepare herself to be on this camera, looking a type of way, still looking chic because she's still with these group of women, still on camera. Like, she the one got to pull together. She came running out with a makeup artist with her. Actually, she might have been the last one, actually. Because, you know, Marlo's the one who ain't got no luggage. And then she was on the bus complaining, still look annoyed because I would have been annoyed too. But you have to be resilient. If that's one thing the military has taught me, is resiliency. As soon as they would have lost my stuff, everybody would have went on to eat. I would have had to get me some McDonald's. I would have been at the nearest mall, getting me a couple outfits. At the nearest Walmart. Did Japan got Walmart? I've been at the nearest Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, getting me a little emergency, you know, oils for the hair, you know, just some stuff to pull me through the trip. Okay, Marlo, you cannot just completely shut down like that when stuff gets lost, because honestly, to me, that's like a sign of weakness. Like I just caught a small bit of Watch What Happens Live, and Cynthia was on there. She was like, you know, I had stuff from Nordstrom Rack and TJ Maxx. Like, my stuff wasn't going to suffice for Marlo. And I was just like, you know, that is a damn shame to be that bougie that you can't rough it. And, you know, fashionable, just like what Tanya was saying. It almost felt like karma for real, y'all, because when you're fashionable, that means you can put some things together. You can put some pieces together. It's not about having label. Okay, it's about what you can put together and make look good. Okay, Marlo, so your slip was hanging. Your slip was hanging this episode. But, you know, Nene gets on the bus and she's saying, you know, she gonna need to be cheered up because Greg was sending her rude text messages. I guess they're used to calling each other before they take off. They weren't able to do that. He's sending her rude text messages like, I'm doing stuff for you. Kandi lets them know. Actually, I skipped a part. That morning, Eva comes to Kandi's room because you guys know Kandi don't drink. So Eva's trying to get some liquor because her mom had called her and she finds out that her grandpa had a heart attack. And he has like a do not resuscitate clause or rule. And so she's not feeling very well about her grandpa. I think she had just lost one grandparent. So now she has this other grandparent. And so, you know, she's just feeling real low. She wants some liquor. She wants to feel better. Okay. And so Kandi is the one who has it in her room because everybody else drank theirs because everybody else drinks. Now I thought about it, she could have went to Porsha's room, but I mean, maybe Kandi's was closer. So Kandi lost her brother when she was very young, so she shares that she's kind of numb to this stuff, but she does believe that God calls people when he's ready to call them. And you know, you grieve for that little bit of amount of time and then it's time to celebrate their life. Very good advice. Great advice from Kandi. It just is such a shame that her and Porsha have this thing, because I really do like Kandi. It's just when she has like tension with someone, it's like no forgiveness at all. It's like she could never be Jesus because she don't forgive like that. Okay, but yeah, so they're talking, so I skipped over that. So Kandi was telling them, you know, we got to cheer Eva up because her grandpa, you know, he's in the hospital and she doesn't know, you know, she's really sad, blah, blah, blah. So the girls agree that, you know, Porsha's like, she's going to put the petty stuff aside and she's going to be there for Eva. Good, good, good. Okay, so we get on this bus and we are headed to the temple. And the tour guide was like, listen, just like Aretha Franklin, I will have respect, okay? Y'all need to, when I say 11, that means 10:55. These ladies are showing up 11:30, 11:45, child. They was not playing with the disrespect. So let me see. I wanted to know why Tanya was dressed like that, like a Harajuku Barbie, like an anime with the 2 ponytails and the lace. I said, girl, what is with the cosplay? I didn't understand that. I don't know. But anyway, they're going to this temple first. And the tour guide is like, okay, here we need to be very quiet. You know, it's sacred. And the ladies is just loud and waving. Hey, how you doing? Hello, hi. Waving at people. And I was just like, y'all should have went to somewhere more exotic, because the Japanese culture, although it's very zen and very, you know, pure and respect and high regard and all that, it seemed like the wrong place for this group of women. Anyway, so they start getting their fortunes, and they were very relevant to what's going on in each other's lives, profiting, prosperous businesses, and a new baby, and a patient being healed for Eva. So it was good. You know, everybody was consoling Eva, so it was good to see. Now, Nene made a comment about Tanya's boo, okay? Tanya got some fortune, and Nene was like, maybe you gonna fall in love with someone else. Maybe you're gonna marry someone else. Tanya didn't like that. She kind of let it slide. What we noticed about Tanya is she's very positive. Light, love, happiness, okay? So if it ain't that, she don't let it get in there. She don't let it fester. And maybe that's why she won't last on this show, because when I saw the preview for this next episode, she was crying. And it's kind of like, yeah, you gotta have thick skin with this bunch, honey. You might not be able to make it. All right, so they get done at the temple and they are headed to go eat. And y'all know the lady, Shamari was asking for something deep fried. Eva was like, you know, this ain't Atlanta. This is real sushi. You ain't getting no catfish basket here. And I just thought it was funny, because a lot of us, you know, black people, when we get around culture, we need some seasoning. We need some flavors. And if it's not flavors, if it's unfamiliar to us, we always kind of revert back to that. Let me just get the chicken, because I don't know. Let me just get the fried fish, because I don't know. Let me just get the burger and fries, because I don't know. You know, sometimes you got to explore the other cultures, and I would have been right with them. I don't know about the raw. I don't know. Maybe like a smoked. Give me like a medium rare. I can't do the raw or rare, okay? Anyway, so they get to this restaurant, and this is when the fireworks start going again, because I think Porsha's talking about how her and Dennis hung out with Paul and Tanya, okay? And it was innocent enough. They're talking about rings, and then they kind of move on to, you know, Paul saying that they married. And Porsha was like, well, are y'all married? Y'all not married. Y'all not married. And Tanya said, you know, well, that's my life partner, okay? We are one. We are together, okay? And Nene was making a comment like, you know, be careful about saying together forever. And I honestly, I do feel like it had a tinge of shade in it, because Nene's not really fooling with Tanya like that now. Y'all see it, then switch to Eva's friend on the little thing, down on the caption thing. And so when she said that, I feel like she was being shady, but she was also, you know, kind of being sisterly, like, be careful with the forever, because these men, okay, not all, but most, a majority. So Tanya kind of got offended, you know, after a while, and I honestly would have too. Don't come for mine. We're fine over here. They have a little back and forth, and Nene's like, you know, I don't care about this stuff. That's you that care about it. Y'all know Nene always has this disposition where she don't care. She don't care. But I honestly think that she was so upset with the Greg stuff. So upset that she was so far. So upset that she's been so supportive for him. And he had the nerve to come at her crazy. And she's gone, and she can't go off on him the way that she wants to because he's asleep. So Tanya got it. Tanya had to get the worst of it. And I was just like, ooh-wee. Okay, it was so bad that, you know, they did it to be continued, but Nene ended up leaving, Tanya ended up crying. But, you know, I just was like, ooh, this is why Tanya don't have a peach. You got to, if you gonna get in the ring with the leader, with the queen, you better have some backing, okay? Y'all seen how Eva was, you know, constantly, oh, Nene, you look fabulous, darling. You look good. Ooh, sachet Sanjay. And I'm just like, why is you not getting on her about being late? You got on everybody else about being late, but you didn't get on Nene about being late. I love me some Nene. I personally tweeted that she looks exceptionally well this season. The blonde is the right shade of blonde. The makeup is a good toasty. She looks good, good, good. Okay, but at the same time, Y'all gotta call a spade when you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. So anyway, that was the review for this week, y'all, of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm Camray, and this is Camray Music TV. Make sure you comment down below what you thought about this episode, because y'all know we got a to be continued. We gonna see what's going down next week. Now, if you are a subscriber, if you're somebody who's here often, school starts this week. So my schedule is about to change. Okay, I was supposed to do a weekly wrap up. Didn't quite get to the weekly wrap up. I don't know if I'm gonna fuse it and try to do it this week. I don't know. I hate when days pass. It's dumb to go back and get them done. Like, I learned that from my mentor, Rocks. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but school's starting, so I gotta develop like a new schedule. I do have class on Wednesday nights when I'm supposed to be watching Love and Hip Hop. So we gonna see. But anyway, make sure you guys subscribe down below to my channel, comment, like, share the video, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Camray Music TV. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.